Hello everyone, Stu from UK Bee Man here today to give you a quick video on how to feed your bees. A very big thank you to Hive Alive, a fantastic nutrient brand that really helps with supplementing the bees, especially with fondants, syrups and any smaller supplements when it comes to adding stuff to your syrups. A fantastic brand. Literally I can't say anything more about them because all they have done with us is literally everything, and that's what I can honestly say is they have literally turned my syrups from something that I questioned nosema into a fantastic sort of base product that I don't get no signs of nosema. I see fantastic growth in my colonies, I see brilliant brood productions from my queens, and I see the best honey crops that I have had. Best thing you can do in the winter today, a couple of days before Christmas, is literally bang some fondant on. Now Hive Alive has got some fondant, and this fondant is amazing. It comes in a kilogram pack. You literally cut a hole in the top, stick it on top of your crown board and leave it. Check it in a couple of weeks. Should see that you have like a hole in that section by there where they've been working their way up and out. Just be mindful, always do a circle because they will get in there and they will get everything from within this area by here. You don't need to cut a massive square, just enough for the crown board, just for them to get through, and do that. While you're here, hit that subscribe button and let's get straight into one of my hives to have a look. It is about 5 degrees today, so it's a bit too chilly to do this, but we're gonna get it done anyway. So let's get straight to the hive. Now this is one of my hives that should have pretty good stores in it still, so I'm just gonna have a little check and see how we're doing on the storage front. If they've still got prominent stores in it, then I won't be banging any Hive Alive on it, and we'll keep that then to go over somewhere else, and we will check it through. As you can see, they've clustered down well below it, and that should show me that they are happy. I don't know if they've depleted the stores. It is a really cold day, so we'll just check one out. You can see that is really coming quite strong by there. There we go. I can hear the bees now waking up and thinking, what are you doing, Stu? It is freezing out there. Don't worry, that's not frozen. It's not that cold. Couple of bees working their way up now to come and see what's going on. Oop. And we can see they're still feeding, plenty of stores in there. Sorry ladies, I did not mean to disturb you. Really ever so sorry. You're really happy by there. That was very abrupt of me and very naughty. So I'm gonna pop you back. I'm gonna leave you be. You guys have got plenty of stores in there. That could even last them that entire season through the winter. So we don't need to go in there. So that's a really good sign of how that should be. What you do in that case then is just literally cut that hole on the top, leave it there, crown barber on top. I always do it so that I have my super below so I can eke, and then just literally leave them to it. So let's go check the next one. This one didn't have as much stores, despite, well actually no, it did have quite a bit of stores I think. So we're just gonna have a check and see how this is looking inside. I don't like to disturb them on days like this because it's cold. It's like being woken up on a cold day. Already can see, look at that. If I lift that up, I'm just disturbing them. They got brilliant thermal protection in there, and well, what is the point? But he'll show you this is how a hive should look going into the new year if you want your colonies to survive. But this can change so rapidly, and I mean rapidly. And this is why it's worth checking, because as you can see they're focusing around the center of the frames. If I look on the outer frames by here, the likelihood is there's not enough stores in there. I will probably put fondant on this in the next month, maybe less, but in that time that's when I'll put it on. For now I'm happy with how they're doing because I can take away those frames, I can freeze my frames to stop the wax moth. And yeah, however the next one is my newest of hives, except from obviously my nukes, so that is definitely going to need that. So let's go and check that one out now. Really good theory by here. Just taking the lid off on my newest of the hives. In here I can still see we've got a full top of syrup. May I add that we do have Hive Alive additive in that as well. And that also shows you how well the Hive Alive works, because within this, it stops it from going moldy. Now, if you use normal syrup without any additive to supplement Hive Alive, by now this would have gone black and it would have been disgusting. This has been on for about nearly 2 months now, or a month maybe for this actual syrup, and they just haven't taken it. So it's not a problem, because it's too cold. They generally say anything below 10, they won't take it. You can see the bees at the top, which is a really good sign that we've got a productive and healthy colony in there. I don't want to check because I know they had good stores, but I can obviously see they've got very active bees around the top by here. So this shows that I've got a good strong colony. So what we're going to do now is do exactly what I said. I'm going to get my knife, I'm going to take my Hive Alive, and I'm going to cut a circle about the same size as that, and the bees are going to love it. Absolutely love it. This stuff, I kid you not, is so much better than the stuff I make. And you can just see, just looking at the quality of this, and I'll show you the difference in a minute. No, I'm not afraid to turn around and say that my fondant that I made at home isn't as superior as this. I did put the supplement Hive Alive in it as well, but this just seems to be so much more convenient. There's no making, it's not getting messy. I place it on top and they will do their thing. They'll do their magic. Now, as we're going to go dropping in more cold, what I tend to do is stick a little bit of insulation on top. You don't need to. Don't forget, when bees live in the wild, in trees, they've got the external environment, i.e. this, so you don't need to. But if it does drop, which we're forecasted to really drop, then yeah, I do it. Let's go check some other of my hives out. Levi here is notorious for being, out of all my hives, some of the most not so friendly, and that is just due to their native aspect being black bees. And with black bees, Welsh black bees, they are notorious for being super, you know, sort of prolific collectors, pollinators, and the stores they get is phenomenal. I expect not much, because I don't think there's many frames that I left in here, because I used to use this for my cut comb. But I did it the traditional way of leaving them to store it on the crown board instead of actually using frames. Do expect to see honey in the frames, but I don't expect it to be busy. So as you can see, they're really well low down. In fact, they're very quiet. It's a bit eerie when you go in a hive and it's that quiet. So yeah, we still got some in there. Yeah, honey across there on the top. Not a problem, because you know, it's too cold for them to go up above and get it. I had a mixture of frames in here, so I don't have my all the way through DN4s as I would like it to be. I would like to have pure DN4s in here. However, I don't. I will leave this here for them to get. I will find a way in a second to see how we can do it, because it is heavy, it's very full. You can actually see that this honey is now, it smells incredible. Oh my god, that smells amazing. But you can see it's already started to ferment now, so I think we may have had some heather in there potentially, because that has gone very thick, started to set, should I say, where you get that beautiful white honey. Normally where you get it from would be from when it's all mixed around too much in the bottom, but that's a stunning smell. I mean, that's an incredible smell. Now you can actually hear it's more lively towards the aft of the box. So because these guys aren't normally overly friendly, they don't normally like me, I'm just gonna have a quick peeky poo, and then we'll do that. Hello, there's one come out to say hello. There's a couple on the top. Oop, that's the one way to annoy your bees. As you can see, they're like, what are you doing? Yeah, I know. I know. I'm gonna feed you. That's what I'm here for. Nothing else. Not to abrupt you. I'll clean all this on another day, but you can see full frames all the way across. Happy as Larry. That's the way we like it. They're not taking on the other stuff, so I'm not going to sweat too much. Crown board straight on the top. I can see they're very healthy. They're going to get their Varroa treatment soon as well. Just in the spring, where I just literally put it all the way across on the frame. Bish bash bosh, done. So, once again, our beautiful, wonderful Hive Alive by here. Cut in the same sort of diameter. Nice and easy. This stuff cuts so nice. And straight across, and this should feed them up super good. Enjoy this. Now I'll just double check to make sure I'm over the top. Straight in like so. I'm in. Done and dusted. Right by here. It's a super flexible, nice, beautifully packed, confined product. Okay? And then you make your own. Nothing wrong with making your own. I kid you not. Nothing wrong with making your own. However, when you look at it, it goes like that. This may be because I froze it. It's not really the mixture I'm worried by, but it just crumbles. I'll still take it. It's got Hive Alive in it. However, the difference between that and this, immense. I do think the frost has not helped with that. However, still usable. Don't worry about discarding it. Sometimes you can't get it into your hives properly, so it actually works out better to be like that. I'll take it. They're not fussy. But that's the difference. That's why I choose that. Absolutely. Please check my link out and go straight there and have a look at that. Look at that. Absolutely insane. Amazing to see how wonderful and how amazing they're working. Beautiful colors on these bees. I believe this was my BS Honey Black bee. So you can see they are darker than a buckfast. They still have a nice prominent orange in there, similar to a buckfast. However, that is another black bee. Prolific again, amazing at surviving winters. Completely recommend that by there. However, on this one, I'm going to use my own one because I want these to go into my nukes, because I can cut that up into a smaller section and it's much nicer to be done. Straight in, same approach. This cuts just like the last one. Straight on with a flap, up with that, and up with that, and you can see it's fondant, definitely fondant, and straight across, and they'll work their way up into that. Amazing. Done. And that is that, guys. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. It would be amazing to see this channel grow. I will bring some weird and wonderful stuff to the channel, don't worry. And I think next year is definitely going to be an exciting year because I want to do a project of establishing any of my nukes into wild colony. So we just build up a wild colony out there, and that means going to forestries away from public areas and just re-establishing wild nukes out of used pallets, and then obviously doing welfare checks on them. But I just want to re-establish wild colonies out there instead of having managed colonies such as these. That's my project. But anyway, please hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for following.